What's up, guys? Welcome to another video. I'm gonna be real with you. I did not enjoy the second episode that much. In fact, I feel like it's getting worse. The first episode of the Acolyte was also bad. I kind of blame it on the IPA I had, but the second episode was like just bad acting. Everything was just kind of like not great. So, but we'll see if number 3 is going to be any sort of improvement here. So let's just start watching it, and I'm just going to react to it and see what I think about it. Here we go. So that guy, Ezra Miller, he just seemed kind of creepy at that point. Like he wanted to like get with this girl. But I didn't feel like she was in danger at all in this scene. This is from the last episode. And that's just kind of the theme of this series so far, is that there's just no stakes. Okay, here we are on Brendock. 16 years earlier. So this is when they're kids. Don't kill it. No. Maze,
why do you always
the
have to
evil
do
one.
things like that?
Wait, she just did that too. What are you talking about?
What are you doing here?
Where'd she come from?
How many times?
Illegal force users.
Don't you think so, Coral?
I can tell who's the alpha in this relationship. This is already getting boring. Just the pacing is kind of slow. Like how long they just sit there and don't say something.
Some call it a force.
Oh yeah, some call it a force. Yeah, you mean the Force? Like, what are you talking about? Of course it's the Force. This is Star Wars, except there's witches now. There's a coven. It's not a power you wield, but it's something that binds you to others, like a thread connected to other people. Okay. I guess I'm not really understanding more what it's supposed to mean or be.
The power of one.
Wasn't that power? She literally just said power, the power of one. She said before that it's a thread, it's not a force. Or what did she say? Power? It's not a power to be used or something like that. But she literally just used it as like a power to use. She just used the so-called power, not power, on these girls. All right, let me get this straight. So this whole series is 100 years before, whatever. 100 years in the past. And then this is like 16 years in the past in addition to that. So anyway, it's like 116 years or something. And this little group on whatever planet is calling it like the thread. Some call it a force, and they think they're witches or something. So I guess they're kind of secluded is what I'm getting here. It's just kind of getting more boring, to be honest with you.
The power of many instead of the power of one.
What does that even mean? So I guess like force users are persecuted in this show, or women witches are persecuted, or is it both? Like you can't use the force without their permission, without the permission of the Jedi, I guess. And if you do, then you're persecuted. I'm not exactly sure who's being persecuted here and why. So far, nothing's happened. I feel like nothing's happened here. That stupid sound. Oh my gosh, some of these visuals are cool. Like I wish they had like more of a unique sort of the way that they acted and talked and stuff. I wish it was more like Alien. I guess this is supposed to sound or look special to me, but I have no clue what is going on here. I don't know what they're doing. I don't know what the ascension is. I don't know what the significance is. I guess they said, oh, it was to get the power of many, whatever that means. They're doing the ascension to become witches and get the power of many. And then they're playing this like music. It's like, oh yeah, yeah, to give it some sort of significance, but I don't know what that significance is. What they should have done is shown what the power of many is. Like, what's gonna be the difference? They should have shown like some witches that went through this ascension already, and like are doing all these great things with whatever the power is. But I have no clue what this is, or like why do I care what they're doing right now? What is this? What just happened?
Protect the secrets of our coven.
I don't know. What are the secrets of the coven? What's this power they're talking about? I mean, obviously, I guess it's the force, but like they're putting the force in her? Is that what's going on? Like, they didn't explain it well. They didn't explain it at all. Like this looks like the opening scene of a movie. Like if this were a movie, or I guess the TV show, if this were the beginning scene of the first episode, it would make more sense because you'd be like, "Ooh, what's going on?" And then later on, they explain it over the course of the next few episodes what that was. Like, what is this power they're talking about? Oh, it's the Force maybe, and like these witches can put the Force in their children or something, and that's what the Ascension is, and they explain it over time. Here, I don't know what's going on, man. Like, I don't know, because like I know what the Force is based on other Star Wars shows and movies, and how it's supposed to be used and all that established stuff, and now it seems like they're just making all this stuff up. Okay, so she got a little sign on her head. Ascend where? Where's she going? She just said ascend and she stood up. Is that what it means? Ascend means just stand up?
Do not move. Do not make a sound.
Do not move, do not make a sound, but they're walking. What? I still feel like nothing's happened. And now we're, what, 20 minutes in now? Why is he giving her his lightsaber? What? That's a dangerous... Alright, so I guess, like, I kind of know, at least I think I know, that lightsabers, I believe they can only turn on if it's, like, yours, I think? Maybe I'm wrong about that, because I could be wrong about that. I feel like that's something I saw at one point or read, but like, regardless, if I didn't know that, which I'm probably wrong, he just handed her a weapon. Like, isn't that dangerous? These lightsabers, you turn it on and it'll slice someone in half.
With your permission, of course.
With her permission, they straight up came up here and was like, "Oh, we're not looking to take children, but we are going to be super imposing and like feel threatening, and we're going to like spy on you." "Oh, we're not here to take children, but we've been spying on you. We're gonna confront you, and we're gonna take out our lightsaber and give it to a kid, and all this can feel threatening to you, and we're not gonna leave, and we have the right to train a Padawan with your permission, of course." Like, what? Are the Jedi bad? I'm thinking the Jedi are bad. Wait, they just said they do not take children, but and now he's like, well, actually bring both girls. What is going on here? I feel like they're saying things and then they're doing the exact opposite. And I don't understand why. I don't understand if it's just like crappy writing or if that's how it's supposed to be, and I'm supposed to think like they're bad. They're like saying one thing but doing another.
Affair.
What is this?
About bad.
The Jedi are bad. The Jedi are good. Okay. Are they? I still don't know if they're bad or good. Like, is that the point of this show? Is to keep me guessing? I guess they're doing a good job of that.
I was just taking a blood sample.
For midichlorian count.
In this test.
Again, it just feels so. It just is slow. Like nothing has happened over the past. How long now? Let me just look here real quick. Okay, so they did the ceremony, which was like, who knows why. They've been. Like this whole time, the girls have been like, I want to go, and the other one's like, I don't want to go, and that's kind of just been it this whole entire time. Feels like nothing much has happened, and they just kind of feel like they're repeating the same exact things, the same exact themes. I feel like this whole episode could just be like a quick flashback in an episode. Like, it should just be like a 5-minute part of another episode, because it just feels like drawn out so much unnecessarily. Like this scene right here. Look at this. Look at how long this scene is. That scene was like 10 seconds long. Let me time it here. Hold on. Crap, I just restarted. Fuck. No. 7 seconds long. Unnecessary. It should have been 2 seconds. That's the Acolyte. Each scene is 3 times longer than it needs to be. Oh, the long pauses. I told you it's like so long. In between episode 2 and this one, I had to go for a walk, just like May just did, forcibly. I had to go and get some Mexican food because I was like, after episode 2, I was like, ugh, I don't know if I can do another one of these. So I had to take a break. Like, that's how bad it is. I'm like, if it's a good show, you're not going to want to do anything else other than watch the show. But here I'm like, I'd rather just go on a walk. What does that mean, pull the thread? I still don't know what that means. Pull the thread? What does that mean? That part was actually kind of sweet. Like, there actually was some acting there. Like, they weren't all flat. They were like, it kind of had some weight to it. Like I've been saying this whole time, a little bit. And so that's one scene out of this whole episode so far that was Okay. There needs to be a cut of this episode where that's less than half, literally 10 minutes is enough.
I'll kill you.
What does that even mean? Like, how does that work? I'm gonna stop you from leaving by killing you, and then you'll never leave because you're dead. This is the part where she lights the whole place on fire, which is, like, if you look at it, it's just stone. There's nothing to light on fire. Unless it's all made out of gunpowder, I guess. Like, what? What is on fire here? Look at the walls. What is this? Is it painted by, like, highly flammable paint? Stone floor, stone wall, stone door, stone... Unless it's paper mache. Maybe it's paper mache. Like, look. Okay, so I guess maybe the floor, it was the oil from the lamp, right? Okay, so we'll go with that for now. Oil is gonna burn from the lamp, but there's nothing else to burn. Is it an electrical fire? I guess maybe are these drapes right here? Okay, so, but like, how did it even get through the door? Like, look, it's like creeping on her. Like, what is on fire here? I guess, is it the oil? Was there so much oil? It wasn't that much oil. If this place is so highly flammable, they should not have fire. They should not have candles or anything. They drop one candle and the whole place goes up in flames. How did she know how to do the electrical thing to escape? Little things like that, you can believe if there was some kind of precedence for it. And they didn't set a precedence. Oh, there was a precedence because of the future scenes where we know she's a mechanic or whatever. But when she's a kid, they didn't show how she learned how to do, like, mechanical stuff. Like, did she just know that? Or was it the Force or what? Like, I need some sort of explanation here. Okay, so I guess that was all the witches dying. I don't really understand what's going on here. This thing exploded somehow. I don't know if it was because of the fire or it just exploded for some other reason. I guess there was, like, crying above, like the witches maybe dying possibly, but I don't really know for sure. It feels like there's 3 things going on here and I don't know what. So it's just kind of a mess. How did they die? Did they get crushed? There's, like, no rocks on them. Is it going to be revealed later? Why did this whole place start to crumble? Like... Why is it all crumbling? Was it all because of the little fire? The little lamp fire or what? Or was it something else? Where did all this fire come from? And it's all spotty too. Like, there's a little bit here, a little bit here. Am I supposed to believe this was all from the lamp? Whether or not I'm supposed to believe it was from the lamp, one little lamp, that's like the only information I have here. So it seems ridiculous that this whole mountain made out of stone is, like, on fire. It makes no sense. Literally, that could have been a 5-minute flashback. Wait, why was she on a breather? The fire was very spotty. I don't know.
They started a fire. It destroyed everything.
Okay.
It did.
Maybe they're hiding something here. Maybe they use the fire as, like, a way to, like, kill everyone. They're like, oh, this is a great way. Like, maybe, I guess, like the Jedi, maybe they're supposed to be bad. And we don't know yet. They're going to reveal it later. That's just ridiculous. Like, I'm supposed to believe that little tiny fire. What about the bodies? What about, like,
wish?
What is the protocol to leave a bunch of dead bodies and not bury them or anything like that? Just leave. There's no going back. We must leave the bodies out in the open. Are there no funerals? Are there no anything like that? Burials? Was it so catastrophic? Like, is the whole planet now, like, consumed in fire? Apparently it was made out of, like, pure paper mache. Oh my gosh. Okay. There's not really much to say here because I've already said what, and it's just continued. It's kind of boring. It's spread out, thin, or like what I mean is, like, drawn out. This could have been a 5-minute flashback scene in another episode, probably the previous episode, or like it should have been like the beginning of the whole season. It should have been like 5 minutes at the beginning, you know, scrunched down so that it was more interesting. And I still don't know what's going on here. I don't know what the thread is supposed to be. I don't know. They didn't do a good job, I don't think, of delineating what happened there. Like, am I supposed to think everything's just kind of mashed together? Am I supposed to think the Jedi really destroyed the place? Am I supposed to really believe that it was just the fire from a little lamp? Because I don't believe that. So are they trying to trick me here into trying to think that it was caused by the fire and everyone died because of the fire? Or am I supposed to think that maybe something else happened here? Maybe it was the Jedi that killed everybody or something. This new force that they've created what is it? What is this force that they're putting into the kids, and then that's the ascension, and then they get this thing on their spiral on their head? What does that do? Like, I have no clue. They haven't explained anything here. They're bringing the idea of the force into the show, and I have a preconceived notion of what the force is based on other movies and shows, but they're now doing all this weird stuff. So with like the power of one and two and many and the thread and then the ascension, I have no clue what's going on. So I'm interested enough to find out if they even explain any of this. That's kind of what I'm more interested in, seeing if they actually explain what the frick is going on here. But as far as like thinking it's a good show that I would want to continue watching because it's a great show, not really. I'm probably going to forget it like immediately after I'm done with this video. Is this worse than The Rings of Power? In some ways, yes, but I feel like some ways no. I feel like The Rings of Power, I feel like was just more ridiculous. This just feels like it's just boring and slow. I mean, The Rings of Power were too, but I don't know. There's just so many ridiculous things in this show and in Rings of Power, and like, what is going on here? People need to like learn how to make good shows again.